All right, welcome back. So I have some exciting news and some exciting updates. Welcome to the Homeschool Shopping Network, first of all. I have a product to show you. I haven't been here in a while because we have removed screen time. So there was a whole process in which I did it, and the reason I did is because nobody's more entertaining than Disney. So of course, to my one child, school's not going to be that interesting. Why would it be? Homeschool curriculums are so interesting. And yet my son was not interested in everything he did, and he did all his work, he did all his chores, was just to get to screen time. And I noticed I had the same problem. I was always hurrying to get through something because I wanted to look up curriculum, I wanted to watch some YouTube videos, I wanted to watch some homeschool channels. And so I realized that we all had a problem. So long story short, I'm not here to talk about that, but I can tell you in another video. If you would like, you let me know how we did it. And it worked out quite well. Like, I was shocked at how well, but the first few days, there were some crazy times. But one of the things I did to prep for it was I got a Yoto. So let me show you on my bed now. Sorry, I know, my office. So I have both Yotos. I got a big Yoto. This video isn't sponsored. I bought them. A big Yoto, a small Yoto, and I bought a collection of cards. So I'm gonna give you a rundown. Now, first of all, if your kids play tablet, this is probably not going to be more interesting to them because it's just stories, but it's super interesting stories. Why did I go for this over the Toni? Because I wanted to grow with them. So for example, like the ancient Greeks, it's the story, it's, you know, a retelling of, or a telling of the history of the ancient Greeks and some interesting stories of them. That's not going to be as interesting as Minecraft. Nothing is as interesting as Disney. Nothing you do, let alone Minecraft. So, but now, because they don't have it, these things are all interesting to them. So this is the mini one on the go. There's essentially like two differences besides the size and the price, and that this has a nightlight. When you flip it over, it goes red. It's not that great. Don't worry about it. And second of all, the sound is supposed to be different. One's mono, one's stereo. I can't tell the difference. So I can't tell, my kids can't tell, but I just got one because it was $63. So I got one for the one kid and one for the other child. The older child, we didn't get one for him. So this is, and you can use it in the living room. You can use it, obviously, you can use it in your living room, like no kidding. So let me give you a rundown of some cards and tell you what I love. Amazing. Amazing. Each card's like $6, not always. This Minecraft one and the Star Wars one, the Minecraft and the Star Wars, this is a retelling of a reading of this Max Brooks book by Jack Black. So very good. My kids adore it. The 6-year-old and the 8-year-old adore it, and they adore the Star Wars card, which I don't have here, which is $12.99. It is just a retelling of the first, like 4, 5, and 6 movies, if you know what I mean, like the New Hope and things like that. So let me tell you what I would not get. What I would not get is, where is it? Where is it? There's one, Kid News. I would not get this. This one was $3, $3.49. It was on sale. Everything I bought was on sale. Because I bought it twice a year, they have a sale. I got it on sale, and I would not buy it because, so you're paying, it's essentially like you're paying just to broadcast a podcast through, except that the podcast has commercials. So in the preview, it sounds amazing, but I haven't been able to get through the, honestly, like a 1.5-minute ad they have on every single Kid News one. So right away, that's a no to me. However, that's the only one that I had a problem with. My first 100 words, I don't know what it is, but my son now repeats words in different languages and he loves it. So I think it's my first 100 words in these different languages here. This is amazing. This is an interactive game. This has 50 flags and it shows one on the screen. So the screen here is just, let me show it to you. Let me turn it on. It's just, what's it called? I don't know where it's pixelated. It's like a little pixelated screen. Oh, we're low on battery. It's a little pixelated, okay, we get it. Oh, sorry, I hit the podcast. So if you hit these buttons with no card, it's a podcast. But what you can do is if you put a card in, whenever you pull it out, even if you put in another card, when you go to put this back in, it starts over. But essentially what this does is it's tracks and it's got different pictures so you kids can see different pictures. The reason I went for this over Toni's too is Toni's, the things are way more expensive. They may be better, but like it's for little kids. It's for little kids. It doesn't have the growing ability that these have. And these have the absolute coolest thing. This is the make your own. I took all their music they were listening to on their iPads and I put it on here. I just put it on here, the make your own. Like, I'm telling you, if you just, let me make sure I'm showing you this right. Anything you want, you can put on here. Like, so my son liked listening to Bible, or he would watch Bible stories on YouTube. So I took them off and I put them on here for him so he could listen to them because he remembers the stories, right? He remembers the stories and stuff. So very, very cool. So these are their music ones where I put their music on and then they got to put stickers on. And even with all these stickers, it still plays no problem. It of course comes with free ones like Crackling Fire. the Robin Hood. They each came with like a few free cards. I haven't really listened to I haven't listened at all. This is very cool songs for the playground. It's not as good as the animal sounds. If you listen to the animal sounds, that is amazing. Plus it has all these brain bot ones. The brain bot ones are super cool. So this is like 2 brain bots and they're in the nervous system and they're talking about what's going on. But again, I was telling you about this one. This one's got to be one of the best. So this is for young kids. Well, this, for example, Ancient Greeks may be for 8 and up, 8 and 10 and up. This one right here, it talks, so there's this girl, Suki, and she wants to turn her goldfish into a mermaid. And so it goes through like the 10 steps for the scientific process or whatever it is. And it has an amazing song for each that are based off of other songs, so you know the rhythm. And it's super catchy, super, super catchy, super great. So, and then it's got ones about Earth that my son likes. So it's got quite a few. I haven't listened to that one. I started to, and it sounded cute. Story Shit, I think it's just a podcast. But I think I put it on before, and I think it's just a bunch of different stories. So very interesting. I think it came free. If we have 2 of them, it came free. And then, of course, we've got the Paw Patrol selection, which they like okay. But, you know, he is 6, almost 7, so he's kind of getting out of it. But anyway, so it helped us go screen-free because at night, that's what they can do. And so one of the things, if I were to give you some tips for going screen-free, it would be just so that life is more enjoyable. You can add it back. And yeah, there's a lot of educational games. You can add those back at another time. But for us, it was just a slippery slope. And he just waited all day to play. So it was very painful for him and for us to have to hear it all the time. And what I found shocking is the child I didn't think was addicted was really upset about losing that stuff. And the thing is we explain that it's not a punishment. Like, it's happening to me too, so that we spend more time together and we do more stuff together. And I would arrange for the first 3 days, 3 or 4 days, to just be there for them. Like, there's nothing else on your plate. Because they are learning how to play again. And I did take them to the thrift store and give them some money so that they could purchase some things, because when you're on your iPad all the time, you don't play with your stuff. You don't always play with your stuff. So I was like, okay, well, here, buy some more stuff. And then another thing that was critical was this schedule. We now had to have a full-on schedule. It wasn't like, because before it was like, okay, well, we go till noon or 1 o'clock. And then after that, if all your chores are done, because we're up at like 5 or 6. And so if all your chores are done and all your schoolwork's done, then you can play on the iPad. So that's all they were waiting for, right? And so even though we took breaks and we went outside and we did stuff, it just felt like life revolved around that. Like, I was just waiting for them to be able to do that too. And so now they're playing together more. Finally, it didn't take that long, but it took like 5 or 6 days where they finally started playing together more. And now I have free time. And if you were to do the schedule, and I can show you our schedule that I did, because it's like, you need one from sun up to sundown. What are you guys going to do? Like, every 2-hour block of time's got to be something. They can't be left on their own for like 2 hours at this particular time, because that seems overwhelming. So you kind of got to break it up. And so they have dad time, where dad puts a sprinkler on them. I do it in the morning. I put the sprinkler on them, like stuff like that. And so it's outdoor time, we call it, right? And so then we have book reading time. We have school time. We have cooking time. We have game time, where I play a game with one child and then I play a game with another, which now they like playing games more. They're into games more. We have art time. So I came up with a project. Like today I did a printable. I just went on Canva and took like pirate ships and all these different pirate themed things and put it on a page and then print it off. And I was like, okay, we're going to make maps. And so before, where the one child would have been upset about this and hurried through it just to get to his iPad and knock it off, knock a chore off his list, now they spend time doing art. They spend time enjoying it. And so it's good. And because I'm not always on my iPad, which is why I can't respond to comments that much, it's just good. And for me, what I did is so that's the reason why I got these Yotos, is because they can listen to stories on their iPads. But the thing is we want to get rid of the connection of the iPad, right? Like, I need to break the connection. I need to break up with my phone. So what I did was, okay, well, when I'm going to work, I'm going to use the laptop. Okay, well, when I'm going to read books, I'm not going to read on my phone. I'm going to read it on a Kindle. So just setting these parameters for myself is what I did. But the main thing is to stand strong and to know your limits. What are you okay with? Like, I'm okay if they do 30 minutes of PBS Kids, which previously they all hated because they were like, it's boring. Which, of course, again, everything is boring to that. And so no one wanted to watch movies, really, because movies are boring. Of course, it's not more interesting than your phone, right? But now, like tomorrow, we're doing family movie. Every Saturday, we do family movie. And tomorrow, we're going to watch Star Wars together because the youngest hasn't seen it. And because they have the video or the audio that they can listen to on it, So it's kind of exciting, and I'm kind of glad for it, and I feel better. Immediately I start feeling more relaxed, I noticed, because I have an anxiety issue that I'm working on, and it definitely alleviated a lot of that. So, but the big thing when doing a schedule, I don't know if I mentioned this, is you need time for you. So I have time in the morning where it's just me and I'm in my bedroom for 30 minutes, and then time in the afternoon for me and my husband, or just me in the afternoon as well. So that's very critical, because you got to be all hands on deck for a little while. And now it's getting better, and it's a lot more relaxed. So anyway, there you go. I hope that helped. I hope you found it interesting, and I will be back soon with more videos and more content. I have one on how to discipline children, just because it's so difficult for some people, and I have a method that I use that works so ingenious that it's not a thing, right? No one's hurt, no one's upset. Everyone, like, you figure it out, and it's a rule, and that's that. And so anyway, I'll share it with you next time if you would like. And yeah. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.